Welcome, dear seekers, to ancient wisdom. Are you tired of feeling overwhelmed by life's ups and downs? Do you yearn for a sense of lasting peace and happiness, no matter what challenges come your way? In today's journey, we explore a powerful story about a wise old woman who reveals the secret to finding unshakable happiness.
What's your secret to always being so happy? No matter what happens, you seem untouched by sadness. Don't you ever feel down when things go awry?
Oh dear, life is a roller coaster of highs and lows. There are days filled with joy and others that bring sorrow. But I've come to understand that true happiness comes from within, rather than from external circumstances.
By the end of this video, you'll discover practical techniques to cultivate joy and resilience in every situation. So, stay tuned and prepare to transform your outlook on life.
But how can you maintain your happiness when faced with difficulties?
When I was younger, I had a loving family, my husband and children. We weren't wealthy, but we were content.
Our wise old woman teaches us that happiness is a choice, a perspective nurtured from within. Stay with us as we delve deeper into her story and learn how to cultivate joy in every situation. Once upon a time, in a quaint little village, there lived a sweet old lady. She was known for her kindness, wisdom, and an ever-present smile that lit up the hearts of everyone around her.
Good morning, dear lady. How are the roses today?
Blooming beautifully, thanks to the sunshine and a little bit of love.
We could all use a bit of that love, I think. Thank you for always brightening our days.
The villagers adored her and frequently sought her counsel or shared their troubles with her.
We have so many worries lately. It's hard to see the light
Troubles
sometimes.
are like clouds, my dear. They pass with the wind. But the sun always remains, waiting to shine through.
She was a beacon of hope, her wisdom an anchor for those lost in the stormy seas of life. In her own gentle way, the old lady taught the village that happiness and peace come from within, and that even the smallest acts of kindness can illuminate the darkest of days.
Excuse me, ma'am, may I ask you something?
Of course, my dear. What weighs on your heart?
What's your secret to always being so happy? No matter what happens, you seem untouched by sadness. Don't you ever feel down when things go awry?
Ah, happiness. It's not the absence of challenges, my dear. It's how we navigate them. Life has its ups and downs, but true joy comes from within.
But how do you stay so cheerful even when things are tough?
By choosing to see the sun behind the clouds. By understanding that every storm passes. Remember, even in darkness, there's always a glimmer of light if you look for it. There are days filled with joy and others that bring sorrow. But I've come to understand that true happiness comes from within, rather than from external circumstances.
So it's all about perspective.
Precisely, my dear. It's a choice we make every single day.
I think I'm starting to see it now.
Remember, no matter how dark things may seem, there's always a light inside you waiting to shine. When I was younger, I had a loving family, my husband and children. We weren't wealthy, but we were content.
Content despite not having much?
Oh yes, my dear. Contentment isn't about what you have, but how you see what you have.
So happiness was about the people around you?
Exactly. They were my world, and in their smiles, I found
I think
my
I'm
joy.
starting to understand.
Good. It's a lesson that took me years to learn, but it's one worth sharing.
Thank you truly.
Remember, happiness is not a destination. It's a journey.
I'll carry that with me.
Despite our efforts, he passed away, leaving me heartbroken. It was the darkest moment of my life, and I cried endlessly, convinced that I would never find joy again.
I can't imagine such pain. How did you find the strength to go on?
It wasn't easy, but eventually I realized that wallowing in sadness wouldn't bring him back. My children needed me. They were my anchor.
You found purpose in your children?
They were my reason to rise each day. I had to rediscover happiness, if not for myself, then for them. However, after some time, I realized that wallowing in sadness wouldn't bring him back. My children relied on me, and I needed to rediscover my happiness for their sake. I began to shift my perspective on life.
That's truly inspiring.
It's amazing what a change in perspective can do.
But how did you manage that?
It wasn't easy, my dear. But I learned that happiness is not dictated by our circumstances. Every morning, I remind myself that today is a fresh start. I seek out something to be grateful for.
And on the hard days?
I remind myself that everything is temporary. Even the difficult times will pass.
It's a choice then?
Yes, my dear. Happiness is a choice. It's about finding the positives and focusing on them.
Thank you. I think I understand now.
Remember, life is full of ups and downs. But with the right perspective, you can find joy in the smallest things.
I will. I promise. Perhaps it's the warmth of the sun, the beauty of a blooming flower, or a friendly face. There's always something to appreciate. But what if something truly terrible occurs? How can one still find joy?
It's not always simple. However, I remind myself that everything is temporary. Even the tough times won't last forever. When faced with difficulties, I tell myself, this too shall pass. I concentrate on the positive aspects of my life, like my health, my friends, or simply the fact that I'm alive.
Happiness is a choice. You can either dwell on the negatives and feel down, or you can seek out the positives and embrace happiness.
Exactly. It's a choice we make every day, even in the face of adversity.
Thank you. I needed to hear that.
Remember, you have the power to find joy no matter the circumstances.
This too shall pass. Thank you truly. Your words have given me a new perspective.
Remember, joy is always within your reach.
From that day on, I vowed to find something good in every moment, just as she had taught me. Thank you. Sometimes a little help is all you need. Even in challenging times, I learned to appreciate the little joys. Her message spread, inspiring others to see that true happiness doesn't come from possessions or circumstances, but from our perspective on life. It truly is a choice.
May they always find joy, no matter the storm.
You can feel it, can't you? Ever since the old lady shared her wisdom, it's like the sun shines a little brighter. Absolutely. It's as if happiness is catching, and we're all infected.
Happiness truly is a choice. We just needed a little reminder.
It's heartening to see how they've embraced the light within. May they always find joy, no matter the storm.
It's like we're living in a different place. The old lady's teachings have truly brightened our lives. It's a reminder that no matter how tough things get, there's always something to smile about.
It's all about focusing on the positives and choosing gratitude. Even the darkest moments will pass. True happiness isn't from what we own or what happens to us. It's from within, from how we choose to see the world.